Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pundicast, the podcast where crypto meets real talk and tech gets just a little bit more human. I'm your host, Gabby, and today we got someone I've really been looking forward to chatting with. He's a true builder in the Web3 space and a passionate advocate for decentralization. And he's doing some pretty mind-blowing stuff at the intersection of AI, compute, and blockchain. So please, everyone, give a warm digital welcome to our guest today, Prakash Patak, and known to the community as at Blockchain Balak, right? So from the incredible team at Spheron Network. So welcome here. We're really glad to have you. And before we start, let us know a little bit about you.
Hey, hi, Gabby. Glad to be here. So we have been building into the space for past 4 years now, and I'm very excited, honestly, because this space, from the very initial start of the time, I had this interest towards GPUs and towards compute and data per se. So we have been building onto that, and our focus has been mostly around compute, and the focus has not shifted. It has solely been helping developers to create softwares that can scale, and that's has been our story. Like pretty driven people, even in my team, who are driven to create the best possible software and best possible services for people who are building into the space.
Okay, that's a very good intro. And well, as I let all of our guests know, we really love to keep the space casual and start with a couple of games just to, icebreaker and
Yeah,
and
for sure.
relax. So let's do just a very quick rapid fire. I'm gonna give you a couple questions and you just let me know what's been on the top of your mind. Don't think about it too much. What's your favorite crypto meme of all time?
GigaChat,
Okay. Web 2 tool that you still love and cannot give up.
Luma,
A decentralization app that you personally use every day.
Coinbase Wallet,
All right. Worst crypto advice you've ever heard.
buy now.
Yeah, I guess we all feel that, right? And if Spheron had a mascot, what would it be?
Tiger.
All right, all right. And now you told us a little bit, you gave us a one-on-one, but how about we go more into your personal journey? We want the origin story, the superhero story. What got you into crypto in the first place?
Money. I should tell the story. I'm just kidding.
Yes, we want the story. We want we want more about you.
Okay. Like, honestly, I've been into this startup space for a long amount of time. It's been, I don't know, 7 years now.
Okay.
I started working in startups when I was a kid, and I have been closely working with founders and monitoring with them and helping them scale their startups from very initial time. So I feel like this is the right space where you get this tangible journey from zero to one, and you understand the space more better because it is more permissionless. And that's how I got started. Like my initial journey has been around somebody who has, like, my whole youth has been into different startups, from pre-seed to series A, from profit making to pre-revenue to crypto. I have only been in startups,
And
and
that's
that is
because you mentioned that you've been in startups since you're a kid, right? So let us know more about it because it's not everyone that has that space open, to just be part of a startup at such a young age. When you say young, how young were you?
was like 18 years old when I got started,
Okay.
and that was the first startup was our own.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my college friends, we did something, and that got acquired by one of the startups based in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
And that at that point of time, we were not aware of what equity is, how things work, and how do you scale things into multiple regions, like, and how does revenue look like? What's the whole concept of it? But we started playing ball with them. They hired us, and then I had to scale a product by myself. And I think I have learned so much in that journey because, like, whatever we do, the two things which are most important for you in any space is either you build or either you sell,
Mm-hmm.
and there is no in between. Like all of the types of jobs or all of the types of conditioning that lies are in only in the when of these two things is either build or either sell.
And when was the moment that you realized that Web3 wasn't just a hype?
I think back in 2017, I was kind of against Web3 because
Mhm.
for I was interning for like Ministry of Home Affairs, which is I don't know, which is a big thing in India. Like they were researching how they can utilize blockchain for their UADI data, which is very huge. So they were trying to understand how they can utilize it. So some of the people like over there, like most of like these researchers, they said that I should really look into blockchain and I should start writing a paper on it. And then they had like SHA 256 as one of the ways where you were storing data on like how does a data get stored into different states. That's happened with SHA, and that was something which I got started on initially, but I was kind of against it, like in 2017. I was like, why are we doing this? This is like a very slow thing. Like, why are we even storing our data on this? Doesn't make sense. And I was the worst story I have is that I was interning for this publication company which used to pay me in ETH, and I sold like at $80. Yeah, so yeah, it has been this space is pretty interesting for all of us, and it's very rapid and it's very evolving with time. Like even if we speak of something today, oh, this is so cool, but it evolves. But my threshold into it was with Spheron. Once we knew that what we were building can be scaled into different conditions of market, and Web3 is one of the best way to do it.
And it's a never changing, ever evolving space, as you said. But tell us one misconception people have about your work or the crypto industry in general.
Okay. People think it's all fun and games because
Mhm.
of few players in this industry.
Mhm.
Like there are communities which I don't personally have problem with, but what they portray crypto as the fun part of it. I mean, there is nothing bad in that, but what it does, it creates bad taste for retail. It creates bad taste for people who are getting into this industry because at some point of time, you're going to leverage these people for them to become part of your industry. But you cannot do that by showing flashy things. You have to show them results. And I think that has created a great misconception of that there are people who are not serious in this industry. There are a lot of serious people and who are doing really good.
Yeah, I do feel that it's a very flashy industry, right?
I mean, unnecessarily, like, why?
It makes a lot of noise. That's true.
Yeah,
And you need to make noise actually if you want to be heard. So you're right.
exactly. Like in the right space. Like I live in Dubai. We know of how flashy things could be, right? Like a building looks so flashy, but deep down inside, oh, it's so great. We need to, yeah, to build robust things, which really stands for people. Like the cyberpunk energy. The reason BTC, ETH are here and everything is getting created.
And if you weren't building in this space right now, what would you be doing?
Farming,
What?
farming. I
Oh,
would have been a farmer. Yeah.
I had never heard that answer before from any other founder. That's so refreshing to hear, honestly. So refreshing to hear. That's awesome. So now let's go a little bit, like to the tech behind Spheron. And for our listeners who are not familiar and just want to know more, like, can you give us the 101? What is Spheron Network? And then after you give us, your normal description of the project, I want you to pitch it very basically as if you want my grandma to understand.
Sure. I would love. So I think the beauty of Spheron is that Spheron can be used by anyone. And it is, and I'll even show you.
All right.
Like, should I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Let me tell you first,
If
okay?
you want to do the live demo now, that'd be great, so people can see, side by side what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna do this before I tell this.
All right, all right.
So Spheron is building world's biggest data center, right? Are you aware? Like, if people who are not aware of data centers, those are different machines in one place and which takes care of your day-to-day algorithmic actions, which is anything you interact with a phone, anything which you do on your PC, anything you do with ChatGPT, with LLMs, data centers are involved with. Spheron is trying to create world's biggest data center, which is yet decentralized and which you can see we are doing it from personal AI devices, data centers, mining farms, and it is designed to keep things cheap. And if I say cheap, it doesn't mean that it remains lesser in volume. It is as important to create something which is more decentralized. And the fun part is that we have already have 40,000 members on top of us and 7,000 GPUs connected on top of Spheron. So what you can do today is that if you want to deploy an AI workload, you can just go ahead and you can utilize Spheron. And the beauty of Spheron is that it is most affordable, most accessible, and most borderless piece of technology created. And
Wow.
I'll give you a go around
That's
for this
yeah,
as well. See my screen?
I can see.
Yeah. So it's very simple. I just have to go to rent now and log in. Now I can go ahead and I can deploy on top of any of these machines, which is there, like an RTX 4090, and I have a secure and a community cloud as well. So there are two types of cloud. One is a secure cloud, which is data centers, and second is community cloud, which is people who have connected their machines on top of it. And
Okay.
I can see them on my dashboard as well. And you can see that there is a 5090 which is connected right now. Like 5090 is just
Mhm.
out in the market, and which a person has just rented out. You can rent it now and you can go ahead. You can get the duration of it. You can select the GPU count, what they have listed, if you want to do it on specific template. And we are now coming up with SSH access as well. So it's fairly simple for you to go ahead and lease out these machines. And we can deploy, like, we can utilize different models as well. This is something which is, I feel, you can just use different models. Like if you want to do it with Quen 7p, you can go ahead and deploy that and click on deploy, and it works seamlessly. And you would be able to see that on the dashboard itself. Whenever you create a new deployment, you'll be able to see that, like, from secure community cloud, and you can add SSH keys as well. So this is something which we added very recently, and we are very proud of it, because as a GPU provider, there are multiple people who are asking for SSH keys and, like, access, and you can do that now. Now there are few things which are built on top of Spheron, and one of them is supernoders. And supernoders is for people who are like me,
Mhm.
who doesn't want to spend too much time into figuring out how to run different kind of nodes. And let's log into this now. There are, most of the time, you can see that there are different blockchains node out there you want to run and support that protocol. All you need to do is come on Supernoders and you can just click on which we have listed, and you have to just go ahead, put the file, and you can directly click on deploy. That's it. It's that easy to spin off different nodes on top of it. And Supernoders is built on Spheron. And Supernoders is on the world's only deepen node as a service. And there, the beauty of Spheron is that you can utilize, as a protocol, you can utilize Spheron in creating anything you want, and you can use it in the backend. Like, it just doesn't work as one of the GPU marketplaces, but the composability of Spheron is something which we are very proud of. And also the rates. Like, I mean, these are the rates which you don't get anywhere in the world in terms of 4090s, in terms of 6000s. These are, like, you can just go ahead and you can use them. And there is also a provider address where you can see how this provider has been performing, how, what amount of earning this provider has, till what time they have been connected, and a lot of things around it. Like, this shows the complete breakdown of this machine overall, and what has been the uptime of it, how many challenges have we sent this. So this shows that how easy it is for you to become part of Seron. And it is actually truly a community driven platform, and which acts as a public cloud, and which is by the public for the public, and a very democratic way of utilizing GPU.
So you would say those are mainly the main characteristics that makes Spheron stand out of the pack, right? Because there are other decentralized compute projects out there, right? But
Yeah.
so you
Something.
You would say what price, that it's a community driven project?
I would say the lowest hanging fruit is that we actually work.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there are like other uh, GPU providers, but I can bet right now, if you go on to these other GPU decentralized providers, 80% of them don't.
And how do you get these GPU providers? Did they just how did they discover you?
So it's mainly about distribution. Like it's how you focus on how you're distributing your whole segment of its distribution plus rewards plus mode in terms of like why do you want to connect your GPU on top of it? Like you can connect your Mac device. I don't know from which device you're taking the call right now. Like I'm using my Windows machine at the moment, but I've connected my Mac device. I've connected one more machine on this, and that's like let me show you that as well because I cannot just not. So the community driven cloud is the beauty of Spheron. You can see the number of GPUs which are connected, how many total unique regions are there, the number of nodes which are on top of Spheron. And also there is a map of it. And this shows the actual number of connected GPUs on top of Spheron. And this is very much populated, but where when you'll go to the leaderboard, you will be able to see what kind of different machines people have connected from V100 to 4090s, 4070 Ti. And a lot of machines are there on top of Spheron, which provides like if I really want to go ahead and deploy something on top of this, I can just like do it right away. Like I can utilize this is you get a Fizz ID, which is over here, and the Fizz ID is simply shows you that how easy you can do it, and it shows like how the node has been performing and a lot of things around it, like around the Fizz node. And these Fizz nodes are basically community driven machines. Like these are machines which are connected on top of it. Like, and we do multiple checks. We make sure that like one of our major objective is to identify the machines which are connected on top of our network are the ones which uh, to verify these machines. And we are trying our best, not trying, we are very much succeeded into doing that. So
Now,
this is
now that you showed us also like the users, but who's your ideal user? Do you have like overview on that? Like, is it mostly startups, enterprises, developers building LLMs? I don't know. Who's usually you?
so our users basically lie in into 0 to 1 and 1 to 10 category. So let's say if uh, your project is growing from 0 to 1 and you have some AWS credit, but you need to do a lot of machine learning and stuff like that. So if you go out and take different machines, it gets very expensive. Like, and our whole goal is to identify that part and remove that pricing overhead from you guys. Like that is somewhere we lie in. Like that's our mode.
Uh, that's very considerate, right? Having said that, that I guess that differentiates you a lot with your competition, right?
Yeah.
So,
Like
so when we oversee competition, how do you plan to convince a company that's used to AWS, for example, to make a leap to Spheron?
so it's so the problem with AWS and GCP is that they do vendor lock in. Like you tend to use so many services of AWS and GCP that it is impossible to get out of it. Now we help them migrate from that, and we also help them bring down their compute cost overall. So let's say you're paying $25,000 per month, we can bring it down to more than like 50%. Like 50% is minimum that what we can do. Like we can understand like what kind of cloud practices you have, and then we try to identify like what can be the best for you, because there is a reasoning which we understand because we directly work with different data centers, and the actual moat doesn't lie with the data centers or it doesn't lie with the users. It lies with AWS, GCP, Azure, and different hyperscalers.
And how does the money part work? Like your revenue model. Can you elaborate more on that part?
The money part is easy. The user pays in and they get the machine. It's a very simple model, honestly. Like for you to become part of the network, you can connect your machine and you can start earning. So let's say you have a 4090 sitting at your home or you have a 5090 sitting at your home. Now, most of the time, what 4090 and 5090 does is that it's not getting used. Like
Hmm.
the overall concept of 4090, 5090 is not to be sitting at home. You can give
Pretty.
rent away. Yeah. You can rent away your Mac, your 5090, just for people who actually require it. And honestly, I'll tell you a real story
Hmm.
for people like for people who are doing simple machine learning or simple like data modeling or data training. They don't require bigger machines. They can just do it right away. And there is a big gap of GPU diversity in this segment. Like what you see that there are a lot of GPUs which are getting used, like H100 and H200s are the hottest machines which are out there. Now, these everybody doesn't require these machines. Not every project is behind getting these machines out of the bat and getting utilized. So our focus is to get these machines which are accessible and which are accessible for all, and they can get started in one go. Like very easy to spin, very easy to get started on, and utilize it for larger scale.
But who puts the pricing?
So you
Okay, okay. Good. That's nice to know. And before we continue, let's play a game. Another little game. Decentralized or
sure,
not. So, as we pass the live demo, let's check this new game. I'll name a real world thing and you tell me quickly if you think it should be decentralized or not. And just give me a short why, like in one sentence or two. Okay?
yeah,
I'm going
sure.
to wait. The first one, social media platforms.
Decentralized,
Why?
too much governance.
All right? Government ID systems.
Centralized,
Why?
governance.
Ride sharing apps,
Centralized,
voting systems,
decentralized.
online dating,
I don't know this one. Decentralized, I don't know.
AI generated content,
Decentralized,
space exploration data,
decentralized,
meme creation.
centralized, decentralized.
Okay, yeah, I think that you absolutely nailed everything now. So let's talk vision now. So building the whole ecosystem thing is not always easy. Like what's been the biggest roadblock so far? Has it been tech, funding, education, or adoption?
AWS and GCP are the biggest road. Can you remove that?
Okay. And in your personal journey yourself, what has been the biggest roadblock?
I think I am absolutely a variable for the success of Spheron. So my personal roadblockers aren't very correlated to Spheron's roadblocks.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, waking up on time, I think that's a roadblock.
I find that hard too.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying.
Well, Spheron is also part of the broader Deepin movement, right? Pretty much. So, how does your mission fit into the larger story of the decentralization infrastructure?
I mean, we are doing our best, as you can see. Like we were doing Deep In before it was called Deep In. So
Definitely. Before it was loud.
yeah, before it was loud, like everybody, oh, decentralized AI, let's go. But yeah, we have been doing this for a long amount of time, and we really trust our technology, and we really believe that we can really help people create, build, and scale.
Right. And like with all the buzz, and we know that everything is about the new term, the new hype, everything, we have to ask about AI, right? AI and blockchain these days. So, where do you see that intersection heading in the next year or two?
I did write an article like a few days back,
Mhm.
which was focused on that crypto is the only way to save AI. Because if you don't use it intelligently, the closed source models and the data which is getting utilized, that is going to kill actual AI. And a lot of control will go to very specific players. A lot of data will go to very specific people,
Very
and we will
lucky.
not be able to
True. And I like to ask this question because well, everyone's different, right? And people plan differently. Some people do not really. If we fast forward 5 years, what does success look like for Spheron? Or do you not plan that far away? You plan in shorter terms.
3 days, 3 months, and 3 years. So I can tell you like what happens in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
We would have more people on our Road to TG campaign.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 months, we would have potentially a TG generation event out there, and people would be using it. And in 3 years, Spheron would be one of the biggest player in decentralized cloud out there.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. But your moonshot goal for the project, do you have a specific one right now?
What does moonshot means?
Just the biggest goal.
The biggest goal. Yeah, the biggest goal is like very scalable products start using it, and that's the only goal. And they
Okay.
are still doing it now, so
Yeah.
pretty certain.
Well, it was really a fun ride to speak with you today. And before we
Yeah,
wrap up, where can people go to learn more about Spheron or connect with you online?
for sure. So anybody who's listening to this, go to spheron.network. You can rent out a machine. But if you don't want to, just again, go to spheron.network. You can rent out a machine. If you don't want to rent out a machine and if you want to run a node, go to supernodus.com. If you don't want to do both of these things and be part of the TG campaign, go to tge.spheron.network and you can play multiple fun games, be part of the community, hang and chill with us, and a lot of things around it. If you even don't want to do that, I think you should go to our X and there would be me waiting for you for us to press that follow button and we'll follow you back. I don't know. And you can join our Discord. It's on our X. It's Spheron FDN, Spheron FDN. And thank you so much, Gabby, for giving me this chance to shell out Spheron.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic to learn, about the project. It's pretty cool and everyone can join in. And massive thanks to you really for joining us, and for everyone listening. Remember that the future isn't just built, it's deployed, and maybe even on Spheron, right? And
Wow.
if you like this episode, give us a follow, drop a rating, whatever. Just we're really glad you guys heard us out, and we really want to thank you for your time because we know you must be super, busy with everything. But we look forward to talking back with you maybe in the next year to see what
Sure.
we achieved. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Gabby.